All right. Well, hey, everyone. My name is Dee Corchin here in the Orange Room. Not sure what's happening with my computer tonight, but this is how you roll, right? You just have to go with it. The obstacle is the way. I think it's a problem with my camera. But maybe I look like a tan, right? Does this look like I have a stayed too long in the tanning booth? But super glad to be with you guys tonight. Thank you for being here. We come together on Monday nights for community to join together and learn together and grow together. And Monday nights are full. We have our team call, and then at 8 o'clock, and then we have our client call, 8:30 coach call, and then Dan Bell, integrated presidential director, has a pretty much open forum call for all of us and those in his organization at 9. So a huge opportunity to learn. And tonight, we have a great topic about acquiring clients through the holidays, but we are featuring in our inspiration each week one of our newest leaders. So tonight, we're going to feature a new executive director. Her name is Pam Johnson. She works with Chris Day. Chris is her sponsor and has been really like a little spitfire over there. So I am excited, and I know the team is excited, Pam, to hear your Optavia journey. If you want to unmute yourself.
Can you hear me?
We can.
Okay. I am Pam Johnson. I will tell you up front, I'm a nervous wreck. I do Facebook Lives all the time, and I'm completely crazy on there, but this is different. Okay. But my journey began in February. I was at a really low point in my life, high point in weight, low point in my life. And I had a friend who joined Optavia in January, and I'm a skeptic. And I was secretly sitting back very smugly thinking, oh, yeah, well, we'll just see how this works, you know. And when I hit this low point in January, I thought I'm just going to have to eat crow and just call her and find out what she's doing, because she has all kinds of health issues, and she was walking the park and losing weight and feeling great. And I thought, I have to eat crow and find out what she's doing. So I called her and said, you know, let me in on your secret. And she said, let me hook you up with my coach. And she connected me with Chris. It's been a whirlwind since then. I got my kit. It started on February the 20th, and I've lost 112.8 pounds. And I can't even say that with just, I'm a hot mess when I say it, because this program is such a gift. And I realized really early on that I wanted to coach. I knew so many people personally that struggle and, you know, like me, have done everything. And I thought, this is too good not to share. My idea in the back of my head was I was just going to share it with, you know, friends and family. And that would be it, you know, just a few people. But I do go live on Facebook, and I'm the person who tells too much. Okay. My kids get really, I have a sideline makeup business, and my kids just cringe when I go live because they say, Mom, you put it all out there. And yeah, I do. My Optavia business has just grown like crazy. And I think it's because I put myself out there, and I'm my true, authentic self. And I go live, and I will post early in the day, and I'll say, I'm going to go live tonight at 8 p.m. and it's going to get raw and real. And when I get on there live, I tell people, you know, look, you may not need to hear this, but I promise you there's somebody in your life that needs to hear this. And will you please just share the video? I have picked up people from all over the United States that I had no connection to whatsoever. We weren't friends on Facebook. They just saw my video somewhere and sent me a friend request or a message request, and we've connected that way. It's been absolutely unreal. The connections, you know, just to hear from complete strangers that say, I saw your video, and I just put it out there on my last one. I put on leggings and a t-shirt, and then I put my big clothes over top of that. And I actually took my big clothes off live on Facebook. Yeah, I made sure my kids were watching that one. But it gets people's attention. I think people are so overwhelmed with all of the stuff that we see on Facebook all day long with all the ads and people selling this, that, and the other, that a lot of times we can kind of get lost in that, and they just think they just scroll on by. So if you're doing a live and you're putting yourself out there, I think it catches their attention. But anyway, that's basically how I grew my business, because I don't have any coaches on my team yet. I keep hoping that somebody's going to decide to coach. I don't have any coaches yet, but I just put myself out there. And I think that the biggest tip that I could give anybody that's just starting out is just be consistent. Just be dedicated to your business and post every single day, and don't worry about what other people are thinking about it. I had to decide that a long time ago with my other business, and my kids saying, "Mom, please don't go live." That if I wanted people to remember me, and if I wanted people to see me, that I was going to have to do something different and catch their attention. So that's basically what I've done. It's just putting it out there and asking people to share it. And that's my biggest tip, is just be consistent and share with everybody.
Well, thank you, thank you, Pam. Hands up, guys. Isn't that great what she's been doing to jump right into it? I'm sorry about this orange screen. But I think that's what it's all about, and a couple of us have done like some of the social media programs, and there's a lot of evidence that shows, like, if you tee it up and you say in advance that you're going live, that generates interest. People want to see. And then to be so bold, Pam, to say it's going to be raw and vulnerable, that's what people want in today's world. I mean, that's Brene Brown all over the place, right? Just be real. So that's what attracts. So perfect tee up to what we're going to be talking about tonight. Before we get started, so tonight we're going to be talking about attracting clients through the holidays. And the one thing I would just like to say before Lori Cole takes it from here is that you are the CEO of your business. And we are a heart business. We share with our hearts. We want to serve with our hearts, but you are the CEO of your business. So to be successful in Optavia, and I believe that the 50 of us that are on this call want to grow, it's having a heart with a CEO mindset. And so that means having a plan, having a strategy. If you look, the TV is full of advertisements of companies, right? Their CEOs, their marketing departments, they are out there advertising to us. And that's what we need to do, is to be out there marketing. But before we get started, I'm going to do a quick little poll, and I think that'll help Lori as well. So I'm going to launch this basically about, it says it's untitled, but it's about attracting clients through the holidays. So it's up right now. Just give the first answer that comes to mind. So my expectation of attracting new clients during this holiday season is totally unclear, because maybe this is your first holiday season as a coach. You're cautiously optimistic, not really sure how to market this season, but you're here to learn. And that the last one is you fully expect to attract clients during this season, and you are in full out action. All right. So we're at like 47 of 51 people who responded. So I'm going to go ahead and close that out so you guys can see the results. All right, so a couple of us, about a little less than 10%, totally unclear. It's your first holiday season, so welcome. You are in the right place to learn how to navigate this. The second, about 30% of us, cautiously optimistic. And how exciting that 64% of us are fully confident that we will be attracting clients and in full out action. And because we're always learners, I know you're going to walk away with some nugget tonight to be able to help you. And I am excited that Lori Cole, Integrated National Director, is going to be leading us tonight with some awesome coaches from her team. Lori has led and coached for several holiday seasons. So I'm going to let you take it from here, Lori.
Yeah, thanks, Dee. I don't have the orange screen that Dee has, but coming at you from Birmingham. Hey, I've got some great shares for you tonight. I want to start though with my friend Zena. Zena, if you'll click off mute there. I just wanted her, when I think about Zena, I've been coaching 6 years now, and I just think she's the queen of sharing. And I thought, gosh, if we could just get a little nugget of wisdom from Zena. So I just asked her a few questions to think about. So she's going to share a little bit with you. Zena, you are busy. You are such a busy lady. I love your story, but I want you to tell us how you handle being busy and also acquiring clients.
Thanks, Lori. You know, right now I feel like I've won the award of being busy this last couple of weeks. Just closed up my house in Florida, in North Carolina, came to Florida, moved into a brand new just built house. So I know what you've been going through, Lori, doing what you're doing. There were like 10 people in my house this last week, every day. There's not one person, electrician, a plumber, a handyman, the Florida Power and Light. Everyone heard my story. Everyone got a business card from me. And walking my dogs around the neighborhood and meeting people for the first time, there's no one that doesn't know that I'm a health coach and what I do and how excited I am. I mean, I don't care how busy I am. My mouth can still go and I can still share what I am so excited about. And that's how it was today. I had to go to the grocery store to make sure I got a turkey. And the line, I can't tell you how long the line was. I think I spoke to everyone in that line all about nutrition and what they were having for Thanksgiving, and just started the conversation and gave out my cards. So being busy doesn't stop me from sharing this gift.
That's right. That's awesome. And if you don't follow Zena, she's a great one to follow on Facebook. Zena, I'm going to cut it short for one question, but what piece of advice could you give a new coach about how to continue to acquire clients during this holiday season?
You know, don't lose your focus, not during this holiday time. Stay motivated. Keep remembering your why you started this to begin with. This is the time, and just know that what we do now at this holiday time, this is what we're going to see at this first of the year. This is our fruits of our labor and what we've put into it now. So, you know, just keep that motivation going. And now's not the time to stop during the holidays.
That's so great. Thank you, Zena. You guys, wasn't that awesome? Give her some love in the comments there. She has been busy all day, and she agreed to come on. So grateful for her. Hey, I want to go next to Kim. Kim's going to talk to us tonight about mindset. And one of the things I love about Kim is she puts her mind to it. She's busy mom, busy working, but she gets it done. And so Kim's going to do a little share about how to keep a mindset about acquiring clients during the holidays. All right, Kim, you ready?
Yep. Thanks, Lori. So, oh my goodness, when Lori asked me last night about speaking with all of you tonight on client acquisition and mindset over the holidays, I was immediately taken back to last year. I was a new coach, and it was my first time through the holidays, and I wasn't sure how to combat all of the bridging and blocking that I was experiencing when I was doing health assessments. Put a 1 in the chat if you know what I'm talking about when I say the bridging and the blocking. If you've heard those excuses from clients or potential clients, right? I see all these 1s. It's just too busy. You know, I have too much going on right now. I have too many parties coming up, and we really limit ourselves. And I heard Pam say earlier when she was talking, you know, I thought I was just going to help a few family members or some friends, but her business is growing. So awesome job, Pam. But one thing I have to remind all of you, it's a holiday, not a month. And I always remind my clients of that too. And so when I'm doing a potential client call, I always will say to them, when they come up with all these, well, it's so busy and I have so much going on. Well, what's the most important part of the holidays to you? And most of them say to me, it's spending time with my family or my friends. And so I turn that around and I talk to them about how do we use those individuals as blessings and the strengths that they are in our life. What would they say if they knew you wanted to get healthier? And of course, usually that response from them is very positive. They would be supportive. They would want me to get healthier. So I always ask them how we can use that to our advantage. And notice I say our advantage because I want clients to know, or potential clients to know, we're in this together. I'm not going to just, let them loose, right? I'm right by their side. If they tell me that, my grandma makes this pumpkin pie once a year and I just can't miss out on that. I really try to reframe that to ask them, we're going to really delay feeling better because of a piece of pumpkin pie. Like if it's that important to you, have that piece of pumpkin pie, right? Have it. You can, one day, one decision isn't going to be the end of the world, no matter what your goals are. So I do try to get them to reframe that. I also remind them that there's 37 days between Thanksgiving and January 1st. How many of you, again, show in the chat by a one in the chat, how many of you have witnessed a lot of people who've been able to make some significant changes in 37 days, right? So we know that one day, one decision isn't the end of the world. We can reframe and we're there with them to help them along the way. So when I do talk to a potential client, I will ask them, sometimes, how do you feel after you eat that pumpkin pie? Talk to me about what that looks like. The response is usually not very good. I feel sluggish. I feel bloated. I feel lethargic or depressed. And I invite them to use this program as an opportunity to change that narrative. And that's what I have seen in my life. And I like to share that with others as that opportunity. So I always let them know I'm there with them every step of the way to support and encourage them. As a coach, I would also encourage you to be intentional with your time. And Pam talked about that. So, life gets busy with all of us. And Zena talked about that. We all get pulled in crazy directions. And sometimes, as much fun as it is to reconnect with friends and family, some of those things really zap our own energy and leave us feeling drained. We need to be intentional with our time and our actions. If you haven't gotten into using the map, I would strongly encourage you to use this holiday season to get your map set. Set aside time to reach out to potential clients or individuals that you've talked with in the past that maybe just weren't ready for it at the time. Show up as your best self. When we do that, our clients know it. They know that we trust that they're capable of being successful on this program when we show up attentive and tuned into what they need. As a social worker, I'm always looking to identify a client's strengths that will help them on this journey. That's why identifying those family members that are going to be supportive of them along the way is really important in the process that I use when I talk with clients or potential clients. When you show up as your best self, they can see that you believe in them, that change is possible. When we make, when we show up fully present and ready to engage, the people that we're talking to, they're overwhelmed, they're tired, they're scared, they're frustrated, they're concerned, they're worried that they're not going to be successful or that they might fail again because they've tried so many times. When we can be there to support people in the way that they need us, the way we show up makes a huge difference.
Oh, Kim,
I can tell you as a client. Oh, sorry, Lori.
No, I said that's so great. So great. Go ahead. You can tell us.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Just one little last thing. We have to find the blessings of imperfection. We are all perfectly imperfect. So things are not always going to go smoothly. We're always going to have challenges coming our way too as clients. And that things don't have to be perfect to be beautiful. Each day is a blessing, no matter how perfect or imperfectly imperfect it is. So that's it. Thank you.
Kim. That was so great. You guys, what I loved hearing Kim say is, what can you do? It's not about being perfect. It's just about meeting clients with what they can do. We're not going to throw the baby out with the bathwater, so to speak. And Julie Walker did a great training on that about how to meet clients where they are. And I thought that just was so nice. I loved the way that Kim talked about being vulnerable, admitting that we're not perfect people, but we're coming at this with the idea of progress over perfection. Isn't that great? Kim, thank you so much. That was so inspiring. So when I think about how to acquire clients for the holidays, mindset, which is what Kim talked about, is so important. Living out your story, which is what Zena talked about, which is so important. But lastly, to me, it's skill set and action. So I wanted to give a little bit of a voice to Alona, who is she's the queen of action. She has this war board up. She just has some great ideas about how to acquire clients. So Alona, if you'll take yourself off mute and tell us what you think about action.
Hello, everyone. Good evening. All right, so action, we'll get right to it. One thing I'll just kind of piggyback on is living, excuse me, living out your story. So we're talking, when you go to all these events, Zena talked about the grocery store, you're going back to work, maybe you're going to church for in-person church.
Alona, I think you're muted. There you go. I think you're muted there. All right, now you're ready.
Okay, where did I leave? Okay, so you're staying focused on your own health so that you can live out that story in those different environments, because your story has power. I remember hearing some piece of when I think it was Shauna, her story about how she lost her 87 pounds without exercise. And at that point in my life, I needed a program that had no exercise. So that one little piece of all the things she said she could do and how her life changed, it was that one little piece. So when you're telling your story, don't minimize it. It has so much power. And if you would just pop in the chat, what was that one thing that you heard from someone else's story? What was that one thing that you heard that made you act, that made you make that phone call, that made you order your first kit? Just pop that in the chat. Again, mine was, it was no exercise. It was just where I was. So it might be, you might tell someone, oh, I feel so much better. I have so much more energy. It was the weight loss. It's all nutrition. It's not working out. It's the food is good, right? That was one thing that I needed to know as well. So anything from your story that you can share. So that's one thing, living out your story. The second thing is to ask for referrals. And of course, you have to set some groundwork for that. You have to be a good coach if you're going to ask from referrals from your clients, right? So you have to make those consistent calls, be consistent with your clients, send them weekly encouragement. If it's Friday and you don't want them to mess up the weekend, send them some Friday encouragement. Send them cards in the mail. One thing that Lori did for me that really kept me involved, she would send me a little encouraging cards, maybe once every 2 months or so, but it would always just perk my day up and keep me very involved in the process. So ask for referrals from those clients that you've already laid that groundwork on. And then of course, ask your friends, ask everyone. Hey, I know what's coming up for the holidays. What are you doing on Thanksgiving? What are you doing on Christmas? Hey, by the way, is there anyone that you can think of that might want to talk to me about my program? Would you feel comfortable referring them to me? Is there any information that you might need so that you can feel more comfortable referring them to me? So it's kind of easy around the holidays to start up those Facebook conversations with family members you haven't spoken to all week. Hey, are you going over grandma's house? Are you going over Aunt Lulu Bell, whatever, who else house? And it's easier to start those conversations during the holidays. So people, it won't be uncomfortable if you're starting conversations with people who you haven't talked to all year. So what are you going to do? So the third thing, be consistent on social media. I think we've already said this. What does consistency mean? It just means be present. What are the 4 things you can do to grow your business? Marketing, all marketing. That's so they need to see your face, or they need to see your presence. So what kind of things do I post as actions on Facebook? I do pictures of the scale. I'll do face-to-face pictures of me, some of my clients, recipes, pictures of your own lean and green meals. Of course, your before and after pictures, some of your scale and non-scale victories, and of course, positive quotes. So if you switch all those on your story, your Instagram, your Facebook story, your Facebook post, just kind of do a combination of those things. You are, like Lori just said, and like Kim just said, you're revving your business for the next, not just now, you're revving your business up for the next 3 months. What you do today will be revving your business up. Last thing I'll say is keep it simple. If you're not creative, look at someone else's post. Don't reinvent the wheel. Keep it simple.
You guys, that was so great. I enjoyed that. So tonight we talked about how to have a mindset for acquiring clients, how to share your story, how to talk about social media and some ideas there. I just wanted to wrap it up before I turn it back over to Dee and just reiterate what Kim said about having your monthly action plan. Your map or monthly action plan, it speaks. So you kind of set some goals with your coach and you go over those goals, you see how you're doing, what's a stretch for you, and it keeps you focused. So if you haven't, if that hasn't been part of your practice, I encourage you to step into that. I also think that it's important to set measurable goals. If you don't post at all on Facebook, maybe you post once a day for a week and then revisit, and then twice a day, but you just stretch enough to feel a little bit uncomfortable. But when you reach it, then you're going to be so excited, and it also builds momentum in your business. Be consistent. I think every coach who's spoken on here tonight has reiterated that. The thing I love about our business is that it's flexible. The dangerous part of our business is that it's flexible. So one of the things I had to do stepping out of the classroom after 25 years of structure is to create my own structure and flexibility. So make sure that in that flexibility, it's so great, but also let's give yourself some definition and set some goals there. Remind your clients what you can do, and also to have an attitude about there's a difference between transaction, which is selling something, and transformation, which is what we've all lived. You guys, we are in this to transform lives. We link arms, we run toward the future. And I think when we set aside the selling part and just decide that we are transformational coaches, we are unstoppable. So I just encourage you that we've got 2 minutes left, but as you're thinking about some of these things right now, tonight, text your coach what your SMART goals are. They're measurable goals. And let's just go ahead and put a stake in the ground that this holiday season, you guys, we are acquiring clients. We are not putting our business on hold. We're just going to make a decision that this is going to be one of our biggest months, and not because of sales, but because we are changing lives. So I hope that you guys have enjoyed tonight. I sure have. And I'm going to turn it back over to Dee. Dee, thank you so much. What an honor.
Oh, you're welcome. Thank you, Lori. Hopefully you saw the comments blowing up. Thank you to Pam, Kim, Alona, Zena, Lori for sharing tonight. I mean, I think the big message, you guys, it's two things. It's our mindset. What is your expectation through this season, and action, right? It always comes down to that. And the tips that were made were great. And the one thing I just want to reinforce is people are not doing business with Optavia. They are not coming for a program. People do business with people. So as you're out there marketing, bring yourself to it. If you put an inspirational quote, bring your voice to it. It's something in the text comments. Do lots of pictures about yourself and your journey. Like Alona said, share your journey. I mean, I double dog dare you to go out and share your journey again today. Some of us are restarting our journey and have been extremely vulnerable and put it out there, and it's a magnet for people, but people want to do business with you. So that personal touch, like Alona said, sending your clients a card, right? Asking for referrals, like that is what drives, that's the heart of this business, and not lose weight now, ask me how kind of mindset. So thank you guys all for hanging in and being with us tonight. There's 2 great calls after this. In fact, the coach call is again about sharing the gift of health, which we talked about tonight, and also the gift of coaching. And like Lori said, we are in the transformation business, so that would be great to listen to. And then next week, you guys, this call, it's Thanksgiving week, but Susan Palace is going to be with us again, doing an incredible presentation on navigating your emotions through the holidays. So it's going to be great, practical for us as coaches, as well as be able to transfer to our clients. So we'll hop off here. I'll see you on the next calls. Thank you to everyone. And thank you again, Lori, for leading this, and we'll see you again next time. Bye.